an American doctor has died in, what was it, Sierra Leone? It was one of the countries in West Africa, or East Africa, excuse me, of Ebola. They're having a real problem with Ebola over there, 700 people. This is a virus that probably hung out back in the jungle for tens of thousands of years. I'm not sure that we have identified which species is the reservoir, is the carrier. There is some animal out there that gets Ebola and does not die from it. Just like we discovered now, the chimps get AIDS and don't die from it, or at least a chimp version of it. And Ebola, when you're looking at how dangerous a disease is, there are three variables that you take into consideration. The one is how many people die when they get it. Ebola, it's around 90%. That's pretty bad. The second is how quickly it translates from infection to the end of the infection, the person either dying or recovering. In the case of Ebola, it's about a week, which is very, very short. And then the third thing is how is it transmitted? How transmissible is it? How easily transmitted is it? And Ebola is transmitted by contact, just contact, not not necessarily consuming, but contact with bodily fluids of people who are infected with it. And in the last day or two of the Ebola infection, people are puking their guts out and they're sweating like crazy. So they're producing a lot of body fluids that are filled with these viruses. And apparently, all it takes is contact with your skin. You can absorb the virus through your skin. So this is fairly transmissible. Typically, the self-limiting factor is that people who get it die from it so quickly they don't have time to infect a lot of other people. But now, in this jet age, you've got people, using public transportation. You got people moving around. This is getting scary. And then on top of that, in some of these rural areas of Africa where literally there are still, Aboriginal healers that respectfully we should call shaman, but the West, with disrespect, typically calls them witch doctors and that kind of thing. But the reality is that, they're traditional healers. And they've got a lot of good things for a lot of good, for a lot of illnesses, but they don't have a treatment for Ebola. And so there's all these theories now circulating in that part of the world about how what Ebola really is white people experimenting on the locals. They come in, they're dressed like space, astronauts, and so they're putting up barriers and preventing doctors from coming into these regions. And this is like scary stuff. If this jumps into a big city, and there's been one death in Nigeria, if this jumps into Lagos and starts spreading across a major city, a major highly dense, human-dense population area like Lagos, and people are using a lot of public transportation, and it starts spreading among the population, this could burn through a lot of people really fast. Now, the fact that it kills people so rapidly, like I said, is self-limiting, but keep an eye on this thing. Laurie Garrett wrote a great book called The Coming Plague back about 15 years ago. And we were just talking in our production meeting this morning about getting her on for a future show, someday probably next week, about Ebola, because this is serious stuff.